because the sun is kind of going in and out. But I'm on my way to the bookstore. I am going to pick up a book for a book club that I joined. I joined Books with QT's book club. She's Corey Tyler here on YouTube. I also follow her on Instagram. I'll leave the link down below. And just, I don't know if she like announced that she was starting a book club and I missed it, but I did just see it on my social media and I decided to join. And the first book for September is The Paradise Problem. I don't have it available on my Libby. It's not coming out till like 13 weeks or something like that. So I just decided to go ahead and run to the bookstore and pick that up. I've never been a part of like an active book club, except for like at work. So, and those are like professional development type books and like nonfiction, which is cool. However, this is like more for fun. So like, I'm really excited about this. So let's go to the bookstore and get The Paradise Problem, and then just while we're there, we're just gonna look around and see what else they have. So I have read this book from Emily McIntire. I've read Hooked, which is my favorite of the ones I've read. I haven't read this one. This is based off of The Hunchback of Notre Dame, but that's not one of my favorite Disney movies, so I'm not sure that I would really be into the book. What I am excited or looking forward to is Wretched by Emily McIntire. This is based off of The Wicked Witch of something, Wizard of Oz. So I think I might want this one. These are all on Kindle Unlimited, but I already have like physical copies on my shelf. So this one I definitely have interest to read and to have on my shelf. I've read Magnolia Parks, the first book of this series. I have not read Daisy Haites. I am definitely not the biggest fan of Magnolia Parks. She's just, that relationship is something else, but I hear like Daisy Haites, it's a totally different world, and the girlies are really on Team Daisy, and I feel like I might be one of them. The only thing is, I bought the first book, or I borrowed it from the library. I don't own it, so I'm kind of hesitant to like buy the second one without having the first one, and if I feel anything like the second one that I did the first one, I'm gonna be very disappointed. So, but I think I'm ready to read the second one. I read the first one like months and months and months ago, but I have since calmed down. So I think I'm ready to read the second one. Many years ago, but I still think about it to this day. I've read it 3 times. It's so stinking cute. It's a queer romance, like a YA coming of age story, Mexican Americans. It's so freaking good and adorable and sweet and heart-wrenching. I cried my little eyeballs out. It's so sweet. And they have a sequel that I've listened to on audio, but I don't have the physical copy. The sequel is just as sweet. They're like, the first book was coming of age, and they're definitely maturing in this story and just learning more and more about themselves, and it's just super adorable. I highly recommend these if you like a YA queer romance or you're interested. And it's a diverse read, Mexican Americans, like I said. It's written so lovely. This one I haven't heard of or seen of, The Inexplicable Logic of My Life. I read the back. It's again Mexican American, but the parents are gay men, and I think that might be a different perspective. So I don't know. I definitely enjoy this writer's writing, and I wouldn't be opposed to reading this. I have never read Divergent. I think I've seen like literally 5 minutes of one of the movies. I didn't like turn it on with an intent to watch it. I was just kind of there. So I really don't know much about it at all, but this is like a rite of passage for YA fantasy dystopian readers. And I haven't read it, so I feel like, what am I doing? But it's gotta be really good because this was literally the only one on the shelf. Like this is it. And I know it's a big series, but that's all they have. What I have read is Hunger Games. I read the first one. I've seen these 3 movies, and I really love them, but I've only read the first book, and I definitely want to read the other ones. It's not a high priority for me at the moment, but I definitely want to get into that sometime soon. I'm just leaving the library. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to film in there. They had signs all over the place. It says like, this is a silent area. They had like little computers by the books. And the people at the stations where the books were, they had those signs, and I didn't want to disturb them, so I couldn't really film. But I did get a couple of books out of there because it just made the most sense to me. And I'll tell you about that when I get home. But I only got 2 books, but they're goodies. Hi. So I have accumulated this stack of books here from my bookish day of bookish shopping and librarying and all that fun stuff. I think it actually ended up being over a couple of days, but this is all I got, and for me that is phenomenal because the book hauls that I have on my channel, that is normally a month's worth of books, and this is all the books that I bought this month. So I feel like this is a feat for me. But let me just go ahead and share with you the books that I got. So first I will share with you the 2 library books that I got. Even when I get library books, I normally get like 8 books or something ridiculous, and I only end up reading like 2. So considering I am moving here very shortly, I just wanted to be realistic with the books that I got. So first up is the reason why I went to the library, and that was to get my book club book. It is The Paradise Problem by Christina Lauren. This is the book club that I have joined with Corey Tyler, or Books with QT, here on YouTube, and she's on Instagram. I think she's also on TikTok, but I'm not, so don't quote me on that. But she has a book club. She started a book club on Discord, and I've joined it, and this is the first book for the month of September. Second, I got Daisy Haites by Jessa Hastings. I read Magnolia Parks back in like March, I want to say. I gave it 3 stars. That book is toxic, and it's a difference for me between toxic and messy. I can deal with messy, but like toxic, it was just too much, and I was like, I don't know. I understand like Daisy is very different from Magnolia, like the characters are like night and day different. So they're like, if you don't mess with Magnolia, then you probably mess with Daisy. And I was just like, I don't want to. But for some reason, like, this has kind of crept its way back on my radar, and I want to give this a shot. And I read back my review, and I said that I would read Daisy because she seems like a strong female main character, and I live for those. So I'm gonna give this a try. That's what I got from my library. I also picked up some books from my local Books A Million. I got first The Soul of the Deep by Natasha Bowen. I have the first book of this series. I think it's just a duology, and it's called Skin of the Sea. It's about mermaids, black mermaids, if you can't tell. Like, it's like gorgeous cover. The first book's cover is just as gorgeous, and I live. These are really short. They're, I want to say, under 300 pages. Yep, they're YA fantasy. Obviously, it's about mermaids, so I really want to read these. I also picked up Wretched by McIntire. So I said in one of my last videos that I wanted to like get into dark romance, or just like explore it a little bit more, because I've read 3 of these books before, 3 from this series, and they were decent. But I was just like, I don't need to read anymore. But they gave what they needed to give. Like, they scratched the itch for me, and this one I haven't read, and I would really like to. So this one is about the Wicked Witch of the West. I can't remember which one's the bad one. No, if they're both wicked, is it Wicked Witch of the West and the Wicked Witch of the East? Yeah, because one of them gets the house smushed on them. It's obviously been a while since I've watched The Wizard of Oz, but anywho, this is based off of that character. Then finally I got Chaos Theory by Nick Stone. I ended up like picking this up in the bookstore, and I read the first few pages and it hooked me. It turns out like one character is texting, and they're clearly drunk, and they text the wrong number, and they're like, oh, sorry, this isn't the number that you're meaning. And he's like, or she, it doesn't say if it's the female or the male main character, either way. And they're like, wait, no, don't go. And they're like, maybe this is like a happy mistake, and like I was meant to text you, and like you've already made me laugh, and like this could be fate, and whatever. And like, what's the harm? Like, you don't know me, I don't know you, we don't know each other's names. Like, I need to talk to somebody, and like, you're here. So I'm like, oh, that's so raw, you know. This is also YA, and I don't know, I really don't know too much about it, other than I opened it and it just kind of hooked me in that little text message thread there, and I got this off the bargain table for $5.97. So that's all I got from Books A Million. Then I took a trip to your guys's Barnes & Noble. They were having a half off hardcover sale. Now I will say, they almost got me. because they had these little labels on all the shelves that had hardcovers on them. They organized the store to have hardcovers all clustered together with the little signs that said 50% off. So I picked up like two more hardcovers besides just these two, and that were on those shelves, and they were like bring it full price, and I was like, whoa, hold on. And they're like, it had to have a little sticker. Why y'all got all these signs talking about half off, but the ones that are actually half off are the sticker ones? Don't play me like that, come on, man. So anywho, I put this other two back. Anywho, I just got these two books. So first I have Sweetness in the Skin by Ishi Robinson. I can't remember if this is YA or not, but this is a diverse read of a main character who lives in Kingston, Jamaica, and she kind of has like an estranged relationship with her mom, and she ends up going to France for work, and her aunt comes and something happens to her or something like that. I don't know, but I saw Jamaica, I saw a strange relationship with mom, I saw like leaving your ancestral home and going to another continent, which is so brave people who do this, and I was just intrigued, and it is a gorgeous cover. That's so pretty. It's giving summer, but summer is literally like picking up her purse. She's making her rounds to say goodbye. She's packing her to-go plate. Like, it's time for her to roll out. So I'm not committed to reading this in the summer, but it's so stinking pretty, and it just kind of gripped me, and it was half off. So, and finally I picked up Thirsty by Jas Hammonds. This is the same author who wrote We Deserve Monuments. That is on my priority cart, my TBR priority cart. I haven't yet read it, but they seem really hard hitting. This book, it's a newer release. I think it came out in July. I think it came out in either June or July. And I remember reading the synopsis of this online, and I was like, wow, that seems hard hitting. So it's called Thirsty, and it's called Thirsty because a young girl who has like insecurity problems, from what I can tell, like she just doesn't feel like she fits in, and she wants to like be the life of the party. The only time people really seem to like her is if she's like tipsy or buzzed or drunk. So when she sees like people giving her this positive feedback because she's, you know, in the state, she's like, oh, clearly like this is the person that I need to be to feel accepted and to feel loved and appreciated. So she ends up like having an issue with drinking, and that seems really hard hitting. So I really want to read this. I paid full price for this. This was $20, but I just could not wait. Like, it really spoke to me. So that is all I got. I pretty much got like 2 books from each store. Well, I got 3 books from Books A Million, but one of them was on discount, and then my book club pick and my the Daisy Haites, that was like, I just need to pick back up where I left off on that one. So these are all the books that I got for my like book shopping day. This is all that I'm gonna have for August, because I'm really trying to prioritize my physical TBR. I want to prioritize it. It gives me such satisfaction. I feel like now the satisfaction of like transferring from my TBR shelf to my red shelf is like outweighing the thrill of like shiny new books. Don't get me wrong, I still love shiny new books, but the satisfaction of like, yep, I've done that, yep, I can check that off, yep, done, yep, rated, like that feels so good to me. So I'm gonna keep it cute for a while with these, but that doesn't mean that I won't do more book shopping hauls with you guys. Not hauls, book shopping vlogs with you guys, because I very much enjoyed it. I'm getting better. I think I'm getting more comfortable. You guys really seem to like the last one, so I'm gonna give the girlies what they want. So I hope you liked this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up and I will do some more. Give me some suggestions down below for like what types of books you want to see, or like book shopping. Do you want me to go like in the fantasy section, or I don't know, just like give me some suggestions on like what type of vibe you're trying to see for the book shopping. Other than that, if you haven't already subscribed, please consider doing so before moving on. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I will see you guys in my next video.